Amazing things happen when you entrap yourself. What do you guys think about that statement? Hey, come on. Man, I'm so tired. I'm doing a video because I didn't sleep well last night for the second night in a row. Fuck this insomnia. I've had it for almost a year now. I don't wish it upon anyone. Actually, I do, because if everyone had it, then it would be normal and I wouldn't be complaining about it. And it's easier to talk than type. That's why I'm doing videos tonight. So back to traps. Okay, so I think that we are all, as humans, we are all naturally evolving and growing. What stops us from doing that is unsafe containers and also these traps that we put ourselves into. And so traps can be a faulty thinking. Traps can be destructive behavior. Traps can be seeking approval, validation, answers outside of self can get us into a trap. Traps can be fueled by fear. And I have a fear of animals, actually. This is therapy for me. Yes, I do have a fear of animals. I used to be afraid of dogs and things like, I would never do this before, put my face this close to a bird. But anyway, traps, fear, doubt, right? Those things can fuel your traps. So here's a good question to ask for it to act kind of as a radar, so you don't trap yourself. Ask yourself, this is what I do. I ask myself, and I didn't before, but I do now. I ask myself, how do I feel about myself when I'm thinking that way? How do I feel about myself when I'm around that person? How do I feel about myself in this relationship? And answer it. Answer it in an honest way. If you feel shitty about yourself, when you're thinking that way, when you're doing that thing, when you're in that group of people, if you feel shitty about yourself as in less than, if you feel powerless when you are, doing that activity, when you are, whatever it is that you're doing, that's a big red flag for a trap. And a lot of people feel shitty about themselves, but they ignore it. And they ignore it because they don't ask themselves that question. What we usually do is we ask ourselves, how does the other person feel, and how can we make them feel differently, better? What can we change about ourselves to please other people? What can we do to fit into the society's definitions? You know what I'm saying? How can we change ourselves? Now, if you flip it and you start asking yourself, how does this, whatever's happening, conflict, resistance, whatever, how does that make me feel about myself? So I'm not saying how do I feel about it. How does it make me feel about myself? And if it makes you feel good, and if it makes you feel powerful and empowered, then not a lot of traps going on, right? It's smooth sailing. If it makes you feel shitty about yourself, right? Then lots of time bombs. I don't know what the bombs that are hidden in the ground. Is that? I know we don't use those these days, or maybe we do. I don't know. But ouch. What was I talking about? Bombs, traps. Ask yourself how you feel about yourself in that situation, with that person, when you think that way. Okay, and use that question as a radar to keep away from traps, so that amazing things can happen.